Welcome to your Ethereum news briefing by ethdaily.io. Here's your latest for Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. Zora launches a Layer 2 network built on the OP stack. Optimism announces its third retroactive public goods funding round. Offchain Labs releases an Orbit Quickstart guide. And Ethereum developers release a Verkle Tries information hub. All this and more from ETH Daily starts right now. NFT minting platform Zora launched Zora Network, a new Layer 2 network built on the OP stack. The launch includes an RPC endpoint, a block explorer, and a native bridge. Zora Network is now live on mainnet and is integrated directly into existing tools on the platform. The new Layer 2 provides users with access to scalable mints and low-cost transactions. Zora is a hub for artists to express and experiment with multimedia NFTs. Zora already supports NFT minting on Optimism and Ethereum mainnet. Zora joins Base, OP-BNB, and Optimism mainnet as the fourth chain to join the superchain. Zora co-founder Jacob Horn stated that a token is also part of the project's vision. Optimism announced its third retroactive public goods funding round, allocating a total of 30 million OP tokens to public goods projects. The allocation marks a 3x increase from round 2, which distributed 10 million OP tokens earlier this year. Project nominations will open over the summer, with funds being distributed in fall. Retroactive Public Goods Funding Round 3 features 4 project categories, including the OP Stack, Collective Governance, Developer Ecosystem, and End-User Experience and Adoption. Allocation of funds will be decided by Citizens House badge holders, which are community members with voting privileges. The funding for grants come from the initial OP token supply and profits generated from the Optimism sequencer. Offchain Labs published a Quickstart guide for building on Orbit, a tech stack for launching Layer 3 chains on Arbitrum 1 and Nova. The guide explains how to deploy an Orbit local DevNet chain that can host EVM-compatible smart contracts and settle transactions on Arbitrum Goerli. At least 1.5 Goerli Ether is required for a DevNet deployment. Arbitrum Orbit also supports WASM smart contracts, allowing developers to code in high-level languages such as C++ and Rust. Developers are free to customize and modify source code as they see fit for Layer 3 deployments on the Arbitrum rollup. Offchain Labs also plans to release guides for deploying production-ready Orbit chains. And lastly, Ethereum developers Josh and Guillaume launched Verkle.info, an information hub for Verkle Tries. Verkle Tries are a new data structure that provide smaller proof sizes and make stateless clients on Ethereum more feasible. They are also part of the Verge upgrade on Ethereum's roadmap, which will simplify block verification. A Verkle Tree implementation is currently drafted under EAP 6800, which seeks to introduce a new Verkle state tree alongside the existing Merkle Patricia tree. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories from ETH Daily. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us on Twitter at ETHDaily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.